Yay, Kenneth. I'm glad you found your purpose. You shine your light, and I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning again. So, I'm going to ask a question to everybody here and everybody out there. Do you have a clear sense of purpose in your life? The CDC asked thousands of people this, and 80% of the people said they did not. And it's not surprising. I think it's kind of obvious because we cannot experience what we were promised, and that's evident. And what we were promised is, as it is in heaven, so it shall be here on earth. We are the likeness and the image of God. We were created in the likeness and image of God. And I don't know about you, but I know I don't walk around thinking that and knowing that. So, if you don't have a clear sense of purpose, let that be okay for right now. My hope is by the end of our talk today that you will have a better sense of your purpose. We all have a longing, and it's natural. It's the nature of nature to evolve and to get closer to that longing. It's our nature to realize, actualize, and release our potential. I got this inspiration for the name of this talk, which is Purpose, Possibilities, and Power. I got it before I took my first week of seminary, which was last weekend. So I thought for sure that I was going to get my complete talk by the end of the week, by the end of the weekend, last weekend. And Sunday night came and there was nothing. There was nothing. I was like, oh man. So I didn't panic. I said, that's okay, I have all week. And the first thing I did Monday morning was I picked up one of the books that is a required reading, and it's called The 10 Challenges by Leonard Felder. And what was amazing about it is what he did was he took the 10 commandments and he brought them to current day reality of how to use them. And he calls it the 10 challenges because he felt like the 10 commandments actually are the 10 hardest things that we have to do in this lifetime. And I love that. I love that. And it was also inspired to him because he was a follower of Dr. Viktor Frankl, who was a famous psychologist who wrote Men's Search for Meaning. And Dr. Viktor Frankl, he survived the concentration camps and maintained his sense of meaning and purpose in life despite losing his wife, his brother, his mother, and father to the Nazis. So as a result of his own life experience, he was very clear how important purpose is in a person's life. So the title is Purpose, Possibilities, and Power. Because when you know your purpose, the possibilities are endless and the power that we have in our life is immense. So we're going to first talk about the universal purpose, which is, what am I? And then we're going to go into more of a personal purpose, which is, who am I? And then finally, why am I? I thought I was guided to talk to this talk title, because I feel really clear about what my purpose is. Well, I found out in researching this paper that although I'm really clear about who I am or who am I as far as purpose, and I'm clear about what am I, but I don't live from that place. I don't live from that place of knowing that I am a child of God and that I shine the light of God and I'm an expression of God. And I believe when I can come from that place, I won't have fear. I won't be afraid that, I really don't have any work right now. And I'll be in that place of complete confidence that it's going to be okay. I was talking to another, one of my students from my class, and he was sharing how Jesus walked the planet knowing he was going to be taken care of. He was so prosperous. He knew that he was always going to be taken care of. I go in and out of knowing that. And I'm really clear that this talk came to me because I needed to learn more about living from what am I rather than who am I. So in my process of research, I came across a talk by Reverend Darlene Strickland. And she had a quote from The Power of Decision. That's the book by Raymond Charles Barker. And it says, "You are not an observer of the universe. You are a vital participant of the universe. Let no one ever tell you of your unimportance. Intelligence created you to live in these times because you are equipped to meet the challenges of these times. I don't know about you, but I did not think I signed up for this in these times. Did you know you did? Well, you are the right person in the right time, in the right place to create the right world for yourself right now. All the resources of the universe are already yours. They need you as a means of self-expression. So we are a channel of self-expression for the greater good, for greater self, for the great I am. And from the people that I have met, from the people that I know rich people, I know people that aren't so rich, I know people that are hard workers, I know people that aren't so hard, and it doesn't matter. Some of us know our purpose and some of us don't. So what is purpose? Well, one of the things is it creates a sense of inner peace, a sense of joy and understanding that you and I are here clearly for a reason. And my goal is today that if you are willing, you'll walk away with a sense of what your purpose is. To know your purpose, you have to answer two questions. Who are you, and what do you want? When you show up here on this planet, it's your responsibility to be able to answer these two questions. So what does it look like to live a life centered in purpose? Well, let's first talk about what it looks like when we're not centered in purpose. Do you ever feel like you're up to no good? Remember those days? I remember my mother used to love that expression. You kids are up to no good. What's going on in there? And it was always either when we were laughing really loud or it was complete silence. You'd hear, what's going on out there? You guys are up to no good. Anyway, so when we're up to no good, chances are we're not living in purpose. Also, when you find yourself or you know people that live in drama, or they live from that place of circumstance, that's a sign that there's lack of purpose. When it's circumstance driven, a day in and day out monotony. Also, another sign is that a person is task oriented, busy, busy, busy. Oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. And guess what? We can always find things to keep us busy. It's another sign that we're really not taking time to say, what is mine to do? Also, when we're in that place, or if we know people that are in the place of wanting to gain or obtain driven, they're looking to conquer, they're looking to possess, to acquire. That's not necessarily purpose-driven life. And then finally, when we're in that place of complaining and blaming and measuring, comparing, that's also another sign of lack of purpose. So what does it look like to have a sense of purpose? And it's composed of three things. You've got purpose, but you also have to have passion and a sense of potential. They all go hand in hand. And when they're working together and we're living from that place, the possibilities open up. When one person is clear with their purpose, it is so much more powerful than many people who have no purpose. Purpose brings value, it brings enthusiasm, it brings passion to daily living. It's an anchor and a compass for our life. So you might want to ask your question, are you trying to make it in the world, or are you trying to make a difference in the world? That's a really good sign also. We can withstand hard times when we're coming from a sense of purpose. There's a story about a gentleman, Sir Christopher Rand, who was a famous architect who built world-renowned cathedrals all over. And he used to make it a habit of walking the grounds of where the cathedrals were going to be built. He didn't have a name tag on or anything. And he would go up to the builders, usually men, and he would ask, what are you making? And this one man said, well, I'm making 1 shilling a day. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he went up to another man and he says, what are you making? And he says, oh, I'm making a door. Okay. And then he went up to a third man and says, what are you making? He says, haven't you heard? I'm creating the best cathedral there is in the world. I'm part of that, and I'm so excited about it. Do you hear the difference? All 3 men were doing the exact same thing. But one of them saw his purpose as part of the bigger picture. So what this says to me is it doesn't matter what we're doing. It's about the energy we bring to what we're doing. There used to be a song when I used to go swing dancing by 8 to the bar, and it was, it ain't what you're doing, it's the way you're doing it. And it was a great song, because it was all about the energy that we put into it. So if you're doing something for money, you're not going to have the energy to go the long haul. And if you're doing it for the task at hand, you're not going to be able to get fired up for what it is that you're doing. But if you connect to the bigger purpose of what it is that you're doing, I mean, even if I thought, I was thinking about it, even the men who pick up the garbage, they're keeping our place clean. They prevent me from having to go to the dump. I don't like going to the dump. So it's great that these people come, and I'm so grateful for them, and hopefully they can see that. So I guess what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what we do if we can see the bigger purpose that we bring to the world. The great people we admire were great people that saw themselves as doing something for the good of all. Purpose helps us get out of the way so that we become the way for something great. Even Mother Teresa, her name was Agnes, and as a young girl, apparently she couldn't even light the candles in the church properly. Poor thing. I don't know how you can not light candles properly, but that's the way the story goes. And then she had her vision that she was to see Christ in everyone. And you couldn't stop her. She had an amazing life where she changed many lives. So first, we have to help understand, what am I? Purpose is clearly about what you are. The root of the word purpose is by intention. What are you intended for? The purpose that we all share is what I call the universal purpose. And how do you answer the question, what am I? It determines how you show up, and you purpose yourself in every area of your life. And then, what I believe is what I am, and what you are and what we all are is the light of the world. We are all the light of the world. That is our purpose. Every one of us. That is the universal purpose that we all share. And to hold that in our heart and in our mind every day, no matter what we're doing, I think is the foundation of having a great life. We are the likeness and image of God. We are expression of all that is. When I show up and know that, I'm on purpose and I'm fulfilling my universal purpose. So earlier when I said I thought I was guided to talk to this talk because I'm on purpose, I found out that I am on the purpose as far as who I am, but not necessarily what I am. And I am so grateful. So we are spirit in human expression. Jesus said, "For this reason I was sent to reveal the kingdom, to reveal a reality of spirit." Moses was taught, "I was sent because I am that I am." And I know these are great people in our lives and in our history, but that's also who we are. Purpose connects us to the source of all that we are. It begins with knowing what I am. Emerson said, "To allow this hidden splendor to be expressed in everything that I do." Do you see the possibilities and the power in your life when you come from this place? Even washing dishes becomes exciting, becomes like, okay, this is good, rather than looking at it like, ugh, I don't want to wash the dishes right now. In other traditions, there's ways that people greet, like in the Hindu tradition, when people see you, they say namaste. And what namaste means is, I behold the divinity in you. So we all have it. We all have that divinity. Last week in school, one of the exercises that we did in Zulu, and it's an African greeting, they say, Yabo Sawabona, Yabo Sawabono, and it means, I see you. So we had to stand there and say, I am here to be seen, and everybody in class says, I see you. It was so moving. It gave me chills, so that we went through that a couple of times. And it's one of the most important things, is to know that you're seen and heard and understood. So what you are is essentially your purpose. And if you can connect to that, you can shift everything that goes on in your life, because we are all an expression of divinity. And there's no need to go any further. So my point is, sometimes people feel like, oh, I'm not on purpose. I'm not doing what I came here to do. Well, when we come from that place of just coming from love, that is what we came here to do. When we are in expansion and learning and healing, that is what we came here to do. When we shine the light of God and we see Christ in everyone, that is what we came here to do. And we could do that in anything that we do. And that's what the beauty of this whole world is, I think. So then the second aspect of purpose is to personalize it. We are each going to show up as the light of God, but we're all unique. And that's how we become, and that's how we understand who we are. The daily word for this coming Thursday, so hopefully for those of you who read the daily word, you'll be reminded of my talk, because the daily word for Thursday is purpose, and I'm going to read it. I search my feelings and discover my purpose. When do I feel most vibrantly alive? What do I feel drawn to? And what is it that draws me in? Asking these questions with open and gentle curiosity allows me to discover my purpose. I take time to deeply contemplate these questions, paying attention to everything that comes to my mind as I listen for answers. Images of people and situations may begin to fill my awareness, and then I may notice that my feelings and impulses start to surface. My feelings and emotions provide powerful clues. Am I beginning to feel excited, energized? Maybe I feel a deep sense of calm as I discern the rightness of an impulse. I heed these feelings as a prompt from spirit within to follow the call of my heart. So now you layer this on top of knowing that you are the divine light of God. For me, I know my purpose is about speaking and sharing what it is that I know. And of course, first, me coming from that place of authenticity so that it's inspiring to other people to come from that place of authenticity. But what you are is your pure purpose. The divine expression of God. We are all the divine expression of God. And if we wake up and just be that, that's great. But then we could reach in and say, okay, how am I uniquely the divine expression of God? Some people, it's music, it's art, it's caring, it's compassion, it's love. It's knowing that I'm a good listener. It shows up in so many different ways, and we do ourselves a disservice if we think we only have one purpose, because we have so many. We all have different gifts to give. And if we say we're only going to give one gift, then that's not only a disservice to ourselves, but it's a disservice to the world. So, you know what you are. We've already discussed it. I said it a few times, and I'll probably say it a few more times before I'm done here, because I need to learn it. Now we're talking about who you are. What excites you? What are you passionate about? You, in your unique way, may cultivate your gifts in the world. This is what helps you to see what you are here to serve and bring forth in the world. And then the third level of purpose is why. Mark Twain says, there are two important days in our lives, the day that you were born and the day you find out why. It's a great practice every day to stop and ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is it that I'm willing or seeking to give? If we disconnect from that why, life can become hard. So why are you here? What is it that you want to give? And don't think, if you're on purpose, that there won't be hard times, because there will be. Has anybody here, I know I haven't, and I chose not to because it was going to be too hard, but has anybody here given birth? Right? Giving birth is not an easy thing. It's hard, but it's also so worth it. It's creation. It's what we are here to do. So, in the things that have been in my life that have been hard, they've also made me shine my light brighter. They've also propelled me to do more things. And the healing process of it helps me to show up and not be afraid as much anymore. Creating and or birthing a new expression has pain and has challenges sometimes, but it doesn't mean that we're not going through it. It means that we're growing through it. It means that we're growing through it. It means that we're bringing something new to life. I want us all to connect to a purpose. What we are is love, light, expressing all that is. Who we are is how we do it uniquely. And why we are is what we are seeking to give. My purpose is to be the light and love to whatever is before me. To be the light, that's what we are, to be the light and love to whatever is before me. I'm growing my purpose. I'm seeing all the possibilities and the power that I am. It is important for us to do this individually because it is important for what we create collectively as we do it. The 2018 commencement speech at Howard University was by Chadwick Boseman. And he said, sometimes you need to feel the pain and sting of defeat to activate the real passion and purpose that is yours, inherently yours. It is in you now. God says in Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and to not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is not about a job, career, accumulation, or acquisition. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things that you are here to fulfill. The struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. The light of new realization shines on you today. So if you're still living in that place of drama or feeling like you're busy, know that you can change that by just knowing what your purpose is and be busy, but come from that place of knowing that you are the divine light of God. You are made in the image and likeness of God. And as you wear this suit, as you step into this power, shine your light brighter and brighter, you will personalize that purpose with who you are. Be you, be authentic. Share the gifts in the time and in the way that you can. Sing, sew, heal, be kind, share love, plant a garden, cook, write, computer software, pick up garbage, be a cashier. Do it knowing that you know what your purpose is. Shine your radiant light of love. And why leads us back to why I am giving. So our purpose is to expand. Be all you can be. This opens up all possibilities and gives us power. Be big and bright and radiant. Go ahead and let your light shine and know that this is you being on purpose. Mm-hmm.